So Deepak, if like the candidates I told you, comes to you for an interview, one an experienced but a little outdated candidate, but then another one a fresher with a lot of energy. What kind of person would you interview? They talked about it from a business angle. You talk about it just from a decision making point of view, with assuming this is a decision you'll have to make.
Right. Yeah. No. So few weeks back, our Intel India president Gokul was talking to all of us leaders, and what he told us is that don't hire people like you. You hire people who are different from you. That's the guideline that he's asking us to keep in mind while hiring. Right. So we would want to hire experienced people as well as freshers. What is more important to me is that the person has the learning attitude. Basically, if he's a quick learner, that is important. We understand that colleges have one curriculum and one syllabus, and the industry is far ahead in developing a lot of state of the art chips, right? So we don't expect that they will have all the advanced skills, right, and the knowledge about that. We can always train them. What is required is right learning attitude in the person, right, if it is a fresher, basically. Yeah.
Got it. Harshad, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so add to what Deepak said, right? So first, it depends on the role for which I'm hiring, whether I need a experienced person or I need a fresher. But for both the candidates, as Deepak said, the learning ability and the enthusiasm with which the person wants to do the job. Okay, you try to assess that. You try to assess the attitude of the person, whether he's a good team player, whether he can, if it's experience, then whether he can lead something, his communication skills. But in both these cases, and for our industry, and all of four of us will agree on this, is that the basic skills, what he mentioned a little bit while, the basics of electronics, and I am focused into digital electronics, those don't go away, and that your foundation has to be very strong, whether you're a fresher, whether you're experienced. So that's the first mark we try to assess, that whether that person has that basic concepts or not. And then based on the level of experience, we expect he would have done something, and that's something how he's executed it. And there's nothing like you're talking about. Some people may write more in the resume than what they have done, right? So you're trying to find out how candid the person is. That okay, I may not have done that, but then you try to see that he may not have done that, but does he know that? Because if you've given a task, are you enthusiased to know what the task is doing? You may be contributing a little bit, but you learn all about that task. Okay, learn about all the product. So these are the characteristics I normally look out for both the freshers, because even if freshers in today's world, if the fresher know is going for an interview with Juniper, I may expect him to at least know what Juniper is doing. All the information is available, whichever at least available in the public domain. Now, if the candidate at least needs to show some interest about he's knowing what Juniper is doing. So these are the characteristics I try to look at the candidates. But the basics is the first thing. The electronics basics has to be there.
There is one more point that I crucially consider for technical hiring. That is what kind of projects they have done, right? That's a gauging point for me. For all technical roles, when I take interviews, I'll just ask them, what did you do for your projects? That's when we will be able to understand whether this person, his learning skills are there. I mean, he can learn things, but how can he experiment with the ideas, and how can he work on his ideas is also very important, because end of the day, learning and execution, both of them are equally important. If a person learns, he will keep learning, but if he's unable to execute it, then it's a problem, right? So we have to look at what are the patterns of that person. If he has done something which is related to the industry, it's very important. So projects, I would definitely recommend people doing great projects there.